Here I am, just thinking about my life again, and I have a friend, a man that has done more for me in my life than any other person in my life. I can take the second closest person that has done good for me and to me in my life, and I can times it by 300 times, and then I would get back to this first man that I was talking about. He really has helped me for 20 years. He's been by my side. He's wealthy. He's never ever put me down. He's never. He's always treated me with respect. He's never treated me like he is better than me, even though he is, and even though he's been so successful in his life, including an attorney, working with President Bush and different people in Washington, and used to live in Massachusetts. But he is just incredible. Why the Lord brought him to me, why I deserve the blessing of having him in my life, I'll never know probably until I die. But it's been the best blessing that God has ever given to me, as far as helping me on a daily basis or a monthly basis. I'm not saying that God hasn't blessed me. He's blessed me on a lot of things, but sending this person into my life it's just been such a blessing to me. He is such an angel. And anyway, he's almost 88 years old. I met with him today on a business deal, and his health is just not good. He's been going downhill a lot in the last couple of months, and he's going in. He's almost 88 years old. He's going in into the hospital for another operation I think on Monday. He's going into the hospital for two different reasons. One, his heart is only working at 30% of what it should run at, and they're going to try to zap it, I guess you call it. I'm not sure what you call it, to get it working better. And then his nose is bleeding all the time, and they've done all they can to try to stop it with packing and different things. They've given him surgery before, and anyway, he has to go in for more surgery. But when I saw him today, I shook his hand, and he was like ice cold. His hands were so cold, and you can just tell by looking at him and by talking with him that he's not feeling well. He's not sleeping. Just different things. He's going downhill. He had a church blessing on Sunday, and anyway, I look at this man. I mean, he is such a good, decent man, and to think God sent him to me to help me in my life. I mean, it's just, I know that you're not interested, probably a lot of you aren't, but it's amazing. It's just amazing to me that God cares enough about me to send him into my life to help me. And I've often told this guy that when I die and when he dies, that I'm going to have to go up the elevator to see him. That he's going to be in such a higher level than what I am. And I'm not trying to be funny. I really believe that. In order to see him, I think I'm going to have to go up the elevator to see him, and or he's going to have to lower himself and come down to see me, But it just makes me think about life, and I do a lot of thinking about life because my health is really bad myself, and so I have I'm almost 70. I'll be 70 in a couple months. But with all my health problems, including a heart attack and different things, it just gives me time to reflect on my life and what's important, and if I could relive my life, what I would do differently. There's a lot of things I would do differently, including more of certain things and less of certain other things. And I don't know. I think when people do something with their family or with their children or with family members or with friends, that I think that instead of just enjoying it and just thinking that it's just a fun time or a close time, I think if you look at it from the standpoint of what this particular event is going to mean to you when you're old, looking back on your life, these type of close events that you have with your children or your friends or whatever. Are they're fun, but it's not a just something that happens and then you can forget about it. It's something that happens and you can remember it. You can remember it as a fun, close time, and you can be grateful for that. But I guess one of my points is that if you look at it in a different way and realize that you're grateful for this time, you'll look at life a little bit differently. I went out to lunch with a friend. He's the twin brother of my best friend that died about 7 years ago, and we're almost best friends now. His brother, and but anyway, every time I go to lunch with him, I think that it's a nice, close time, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for his friendship, and we have a few laughs together, and talk about our problems or our life, or our worries in life, or stresses and things like that. And it's just something that I can either make it a good memory, or I can just it's just an event that really doesn't matter. It does matter. Everything that you do matters. I know I'm complete opposite of some of my other videos where I act goofy. I do have a serious side to me, and I don't know. I just, if you knew what it feels like to be ill, to be in pain, almost 24/7 like I am, and realize it's probably not going to be long until I die or meet my maker, I think you look at things differently. You know, it's you just don't take life for granted, and you look at every event in life as a precious memory, and it's up to you to make it a precious memory. You know, and you need to be kind to people. I've tried to not make fun of people. Some of my videos that I'm doing now, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm just trying to act like a person that's happy with life, that sees funny things in almost everything. It's funny to them, and I don't mean to hurt anybody. I hope that I haven't, and it's just a character that I decided that I'm going to do, and I hope I haven't hurt anybody or offended anybody, because that wasn't my intention. But anyway, I know I'm rambling on, but I'm telling you, when you're old like I am, and you're not in good health, you really look at your life, your past life, in a seriously, and think about the things you could have done better or different. And there's a lot of things I would do different, and I can't go back in time. I can't go back in time and change things. The only thing I can do is go from where I am right now. I really believe that God cares about what you've become instead of who you've been. I'm sure He cares about the person that you've become. And of course, you have to repent for things that you've done that's wrong, or times you've hurt people. And it's hard to repent. Sometimes you don't want to repent. Sometimes you don't want to forgive the person that's offended you or hurt you, or you keep putting it off. It's something you can do tomorrow, or tomorrow, or tomorrow, or tomorrow. And before you know it, it might be too late. And so I live with that every day, knowing that I probably don't have much longer to live. I hope I do, but I just look at life differently now, and I don't want to hurt people. As I've mentioned in other videos, no one chooses to be fat unless you're a pig and you eat potato chips all the time and candy bars and you don't give a crap. Then you deserve to be fat and you deserve to be ugly. But people that have problems that are fat, they don't want to be fat. People don't want to be short and be teased at school. Hey shorty, or hey fatty, or hey baldy if you're losing your hair, or hey big nose. You know, how do you keep your nose warm at night? Do you put a sleeping bag on it? You know, hey four eyes. You know, somebody that doesn't see well, or big ears, or kids at school are so cruel. They're extremely cruel and insensitive to the feelings of their fellow classmates. And but I mean, you look at different nationalities from what I am, and we were looking at a car today at the restaurant that we were eating at, and there was a car outside. It was all beat up, had a lousy paint job on it. It was just a piece of crap. And I said, I said, I wonder who owns that car, you know? And in my mind, I thought I knew who would jump in the car. I never saw who got in the car, but I could imagine by looking at that car, the type of car it was, you know, the type of tires they had, and the condition it was, and things hanging down from the visor, you know, things like that. I just assumed that I knew what type of person would get in that car. And Dan, my friend, said, well, he says, that's true, what you're thinking. But he says, on the other hand, on the other side of the coin, that might be the best car that person could possibly have right now. He might be very proud of that. I can't talk because my mouth is numb. Half of my lip and my chin is completely numb, like I just got out of the dentist, and it's that way. It'll be that way until I die. Yeah, it's just from a nerve damage that I had during surgery. I've lost 75% of the fun of eating, but it's not. It feels funny to talk and different things. So sometimes I mumble, you know. Anyway, he said that car might be something that's the best car he's ever had. He might have been walking until now, and he finally has a car, you know. And I thought that makes sense. Why would I make fun of this person? What right do I have to make fun of this person's crappy car? You know? I don't have any right. I don't have any right to what they're wearing, what skin color they have, what language they talk with, how they walk. You know, I mean, I have no right in judging people. I just don't. And they're all our brothers and sisters, and we should be nice to them. There was as I was walking in the restaurant, there was a Mexican and his wife and a couple of, I think he had 3 kids, and he was kind of swinging the little child around, you know, and the kid was giggling and stuff. Anyway, I had to get by him to go into the restaurant, and he looked at me, and I said hi, and he was very nice. He said hi, and you know, and I think, well, most Mexicans that I've met are very nice. They're courteous. They're nice. They've been nice to me. Family oriented. You know, I see them with their families all the time, and I'm not any better than they are. I mean, if I was in Mexico or some country that there wasn't any possibility of getting ahead, or you know, and having a better family life and having it better for your kids and stuff, I mean, I'd probably try to come to America too, you know. I can't judge people. I can judge people that steal from people, that torture people, people that are mean to animals, mean to their children, child pornography, trafficking, or whatever you call it. It's just there are so many sick people, and I do judge those people, and I think I have the right to judge those people and put them in a classification of scum, because there's no reason why they should participate in such activities as that unless they're low-life scum. And that's how I feel about it. You know, if I know what the type of person they are because I see it, why would I say, oh, well, you know, that person didn't mean to steal. He just He just wanted the PlayStation 4 system, and he saw other people that had one, so he thought he'd come and take yours. That's bullshit. Work for it like everybody else does, you know? Those people I have no use for. I could put them all in some rockets and blast them off to Mars in a one-way trip. I'd have no hesitation doing that. But people that you don't know, don't judge them. Don't judge them until you know them. And until you know them, don't judge them. Just realize they're your brothers and sisters. But if they're scum, they're scum. But until you know they're scum, don't judge them. Anyway, I've rambled on here for about 20 minutes. And anyway, I just look at life differently now because I'm getting so old. Honestly, it seems like yesterday I was 35. And today I'm almost 70. 70! Good grief! When I was 20 or 25, I thought that a person that was 70 years old was ancient. And here I am. Here it's happening to me. I don't want it to happen to me. But it is. Things that I've collected, and whether it's video game collection or just different hobbies that I had, that I've done, they don't mean that much to me anymore because I can't take the stuff with me. If I could figure out a way to take my belongings with me and have some moving vans at the cemetery where I could load my stuff up and I could take it to heaven with me, that'd be dandy, you know? But I can't. So I don't look at those things like, I don't fall in love with those things anymore. I have them for the short time that I have left, you know? You can't take the things with you. Wouldn't you rather have a memory of taking your kids out to a nice dinner somewhere and having a great time than to have a video game, an old video game that you never play? Which is more important? The video game sitting in the back of your closet, or a memory with your family? You know? I'll tell you at my age which is more important, and those are good memories with the people that you love and cherish the most. And I include my cat in that. I didn't sleep until about 5:30 this morning. And my cat, I sit on the couch. I sleep sitting on the couch. And I don't sleep. I swear to God, I only sleep maybe if I'm lucky, an hour and a half or 2 hours a night, if I'm lucky. And it's not straight. It's 10 minutes here, 8 minutes there, 12 minutes there. So I'm pretty much always tired. I know I need sleep, but I just can't sleep. But anyway, I several times last night, and most nights, my cat comes up, jumps up on my lap, and wants me to pet it and cuddle it, and so I do that several times a night when I should be asleep. And I was looking at my cat last night, and I thought, what a beautiful cat this is. It's black and white, and it is so cute. It is so loving. It is so special. And you might think this is funny, but God brought this cat to me. Sure, I went to the pound. I went to the animal shelter and rescued this cat, but God brought this beautiful cat into my life after I lost one. And it's beautiful. The only thing I want when I'm petting the cat, only thing I want is to hear her purr and for her to know that she's loved and wanted and to have her feel safe in my arms or on my lap, whatever. And it's just, it just makes me feel so good to love that cat, you know? I never thought that I would be running and be the prioriter, whatever, of a cat house at age 70, but here I am. What do you do, Ron? I run a cat house. What do you think I do? A cat house? You making any money? No, I'm not. Well, what do you mean a cat house? What do you think I mean? Duh. I'm proud of running a cat house. I've got a cat inside that I was talking about. I have another cat out in the backyard that I'm taking care of, a stray cat. I've made a house for it. I have in the wintertime, I have a heated water bowl. I have a heated mattress or a heated pad in his house that he can lay on. And I go out twice a day to see if he's okay and to feed him, make sure he has plenty of water and so forth. He's not my cat. He is now. I've been taking care of him for probably 5 years. And I love him. He's 98% deaf. I think he's a bit blind. I think he's old. But I just want him to know that I love him. You know, that somebody in this world cares about him, and it's a blessing to me to be able to love this cat. So I'm running a cat house. Sue me. I'm proud of it. Anyway, I've wasted 27 of your minutes, and I'm sorry. Sue me. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for suffering through my presentation this evening. And I'll meet with you as soon as I can. And we'll have some more fun and close times together, I hope.